spending a day on Earth 1 billion years in the future. Earth has went through a lot, but what will it go through in the future in billion years from now? Earth has sent through many changes over the course of 4.5 billion years of lifetime. There are many things which can be predicted accurately. Let's go into the future. 1 billion years into the future. Try to spend a day in this future Earth and see what has changed. And it's very interesting to know that a day is not going to be 24 hours, rather more like 28 to 29 hours. Since the Earth rotation is slowing down, meaning every day a day on Earth is getting longer by a tiny fraction. For looking at Earth from space, 1 billion years from the future, a drastic difference will already be apparent. There will not be any ocean. It would all look like a wasteland. This is all because of sun is getting brighter and the temperatures will eventually reach around 70 to 100 Celsius in 1 billion years, making all of the water slowly evaporate. Continents will be apparent as their outer shape will be visible, but the shape of the continents changed many times, and by the time the tectonic plates would also stop, meaning continents would stop moving and finally landing into the surface. It would feel like you are landing on another planet. The temperature would not be bearable at all, as well as the pressure into the atmosphere. It likely will be all different and oxygen will be almost be completely exhausted. So you will be needing a oxygen tank to breathe properly in the spacesuit to walk through this. There would not be any oxygen because there would not be anything alive, including plants which previously produced oxygen. This is all because all water will be gone. The sky likely will not be even blue. Due to different composition, likely it will be more than the grey or brown side. Atmosphere will be almost moist due to the water vapor that escapes from the ocean. Looking at the sun, it will be lot brighter. It would need protection to even look at the surface, and you will go blind if you look at the sun directly without protection. The surface would likely be dry, grey or brown soil with lot of rocks and going to the old ocean shore. The basin of the old ocean would be apparent. It would look lot flatter than the surface. But all in all, if you were put in such future Earth, unless somebody told you, likely would not have an idea that you are in Earth. Moon would be a lot more distant from Earth and would seem a lot smaller. Either human would have moved on into another star system, or we would have gone extinct. The things we left would be buried by the soil by a couple of tens of hundreds of meters. All of the things we left would be completely forgotten. All of our effort, mistakes, and wars would not have some actual importance. They would all seem petty in the long run. Another intelligent species that would innovate might even arrive a couple of times after human, that we would not be anything that special. As we be looking at this dried hell-like surface, it would be a bit sad knowing that this is where and how it ends, a very small but brutal death of caused by death. I mean, the end of life, very important characteristics of Earth. But through all of this billion years of life evolving and getting better, it would need to stop at one point. The universe will continue on likely expanding, and the stars will be creating new Earth-like planets, all fresh and starting out the similar way our planet did. But the chapter of life on planet Earth would finally end. And here we humans, at one point in such vast history of Earth, puzzling out the future in the past. So guys, if you have anything, just comment below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.